Hop in your Kree ships and cast your spells. Today we're talking Captain Marvel.
Let's geek out! Hey geeks, thanks for joining us on 4 Geeks by Geeks. I'm Bozer.
And I'm PK.
And you are joining us here on our weekly podcast YouTube channel where we geek out about something new every single week.
Yes, and this week we're going to geek out not only about Captain Marvel, but also Captain Marvel.
What?
For those who are confused, Shazam, which is coming out April 8th, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
Used to be called Captain Marvel, and still is to some degree. But we figured in the heat of Captain Marvel and Shazam both coming out, we might as well give our love to both. But before we get super far into the episode, 4 Geeks by Geeks will be hosting its very first live stream. Oh no, what you might ask? Well, we're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons isn't the right word because we're actually going to be playing Pathfinder. And where we'll take the role of 4 goblins. Some of the faces you'll recognize, some will be new. Talai from the RPG Light game will actually be DMing this one for us.
She is our dungeon master.
And she's absolutely amazing, so we're very excited about that.
She's got the coolest game table. The thing pops off, and like she's got like the
cup holders.
The cup holders that
I've
you can
not
add
seen
in.
Yet, so I'm very excited.
It's incredible. Yeah, we'll have your beautiful fiance.
My fiance
playing along with us,
who has been behind the camera for most of it. I wish she was here today. She's not, but a lot of times she's watched over.
This is where we edit in her voice from the distance.
Hey guys, from wherever she is.
And our friend Matt Pippinger will be joining us.
Super excited to have Matt on. He is very well versed in D&D, as I've found.
Yeah.
So
he plays every week.
Yeah, he's like we were gonna have more, but we'll be playing goblins. So, I guess the story's called We Be Goblins. So, check us out. We'll be excited about that. And then that next week's episode will be kind of like a highlights video. So, keep up to date.
Yeah, we're going to be live streaming that on Tuesday. So, watch on our social media for times, the exact time, so you can tune in on YouTube or on Twitch or whatever. Yep,
we'll be on. I'm going to try to get us on both. We already have a Twitch set up. Head over to Twitch, 4 Geeks by Geeks. Give us a like so you can get notified of when we go live. Awesome. And that'll be on social media as well with a link.
That was my pathetic attempt at, that's going to be our hand signal one day.
This?
F, G, B, B, Anyway, it'll be my first time playing anything like this. Believe it or not, I've never done Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. I'm just now fully understanding what it is as I'm binge watching Critical Role. I am now a full-fledged critter.
Which I'm excited that you're a critter now because we can talk about it. And I was talking to my buddy Simon, who will be on one of our upcoming episodes.
Yeah.
About like how the cast of Critical Role was there last year.
Where?
At C2E2.
Okay.
They were all there. They did a live stream episode. But Matt Mercer actually got in full cosplay and walked out into the audience and said hello and took selfies.
And nobody knew?
Oh, people knew. Matt Mercer is just absolutely amazing.
Okay.
So things
his voice is just so iconic.
Iconic. And though he can change it, he's just incredible.
So good.
So go check out Critical Role if you haven't already, because it's incredible. You'll need to set a lot of time aside. It's like 3-hour episodes, which I think ours might end up being as well. And like I said, I'll try to chop that down for us.
It'll be a one-shot. Maybe in the future we'll get into a full-fledged campaign. But...
if it gets enough, we'll try to do some like bi-weekly or monthly live streams.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We definitely, I hope this takes off, or at least it works, because I want this to be a new hobby.
Yes, it's tons of fun.
I'm excited already.
But, back into the episode. Yeah.
Captain Marvel!
So, I just watched the movie today.
And I just watched it 2 days ago.
So, we're very well versed in this. But just in case, we're going to try to do this as spoiler-free as possible.
Right.
But, since, life is life.
We get excited.
Possible spoilers ahead. I'm going to try to do my best. I should get a notebook and just write down every time I say something.
Right.
I'm going to try to give you timestamps so you can jump ahead. Because we're going to talk about Shazam too, but obviously we can't spoil anything from that because it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
But, moving aside, spoiler alert, you've been warned.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, so.
First Captain Marvel?
First Captain Marvel.
Or the Marvels.
Marvel's Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers.
Who was incredible incredible.
Brie Larson?
I loved Brie Larson. Okay, so this entire week, or however many days it's been out, so only a couple days at this point that we're recording it, people have been like, oh, it's bad, it's a terrible movie, or it's an incredible movie, it's amazing. Only one person that I've met, and it's my boss, has been directly in the middle where he said it was an okay movie. Yeah. Like, nothing to complain about.
And my sister loved it.
Yeah.
She gushed about it. The second she got out, she called me, and it was, like, late, and I didn't pick up, and she called me the next day. She's like, have you seen Captain Marvel yet? I loved it. She saw it opening night. It's, like, her new favorite superhero now.
Well, yeah, because there's so much Carol Danvers, and, you know, you have the Kree and Skrull War, which is a very defining, like, overarching theme in Marvel.
Yeah, the Krees are just involved with the Accusers and
well, yeah, I mean, because
Skrulls.
We've already seen a Kree, a very famous Kree in Guardians of the Galaxy, with Ronan the Accuser. Yeah. So, I mean, they're not new by any means, but this is the first time I got to see a Skrull, and like see and not just hear about it, because in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I believe he gets Skrull blood put into him.
I got like
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how Agent Coulson comes back. Is he gets Kree blood or Skrull blood infused into him, and then he like
Tahiti.
Yeah, so it was really cool. He gets some kind of like they explain how he comes back.
Yeah.
And I believe that was the first mention of Skrulls, and people like freaked out and they're like, "Oh my god, it's coming!"
And my main exposure to Skrulls was Secret Invasion comic series.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't read like, every issue in the whole series, but I read like, the main Secret Invasion, and it left you with an idea that these Skrulls are just terrible beings, and they are, but they aren't all bad.
Okay,
we don't want to spoil anything.
Spoiler alert. So skip ahead like 10 seconds. Yeah, it was crazy to leave it in a gray area where you think you know everything, and then
on both sides, it just opens up this whole of what is good, what is, what are the motivations, which is the right side. Is there a right side?
Yeah, but so to not going into too many details, I loved that. I liked that the whole thing had a really strong theme of realizing, like even back in the 90s. So this movie is only set back 20 years. Yeah. But you can already see right there how much women have come forward. Just like, because back then, I guess the Air Force, women weren't allowed to pilot the planes.
Right. They make a mention of that.
Which I thought was super cool that we've now taken this leap forward. Yeah. There's a whole commercial about it. So I thought that was incredible. So the whole feminist power I get, and I think that was incredible. But I don't think that was the focus of the movie either. Like, she's a strong female character, and they... Spoiler alert, Captain Marvel was a female in this one. So Marvel, who she was trained under, kind of... Well, again, they changed the story a wee bit.
Yeah, and the MCU does that quite often.
Right. But it was cool that, like, all of these... it gives people a really powerful woman, and I think it's one Marvel's first attempt at it, and I thought they did, in my opinion, I thought they did better than Wonder Woman did. And
I really liked Wonder Woman, but there were moments of Wonder Woman that felt like... I don't know, like it was too much of a thing to be like, this is our first female lead movie.
Right, they really focused on that, where I think with Captain Marvel, because they've had, like, you know, Black Widow's been around, right? But this is the first, like, full-on, like...
Just standalone superhero movie for a woman.
Right, at least that I can think of off the top of my head, if I'm wrong.
No, I think this is Marvel's first.
Right, so, coming forward, they could have really, like... While there were, like feminist writings, which I loved, it was not shoved down my throat. Like,
right.
Like, it was the story of
this woman's awesome. What's more to say?
Right. It's the story of a person trying to get back their memories alongside Nick Fury, and you start to meet new characters as they come along, and it was perfect, and it was super well written, and it was just a really good story.
I liked it too. There was a moment right at the end where there's this like little girl in the movie, and when Captain Marvel flies away, you just like get that iconic shot that is for like, okay, even though we're not going to shove it down your throat, like this is important that we give little girls something to look up to, and they have this whole higher, further, faster baby kind of thing, and it's just such an iconic shot, and I'm just like, okay, that alone is this movie's worth it.
And I did a little research on that person as well, and it turns out that that's actually a character from the Marvel universe, not a hero, not anything, but she is pulled out as being somebody who deeply looks up to Captain Marvel.
The little girl?
Yeah. And she's a little girl in the series. But like Lieutenant
I can't. Rambo? It's not Rambo.
Well, Rambo is the best friend,
right?
But it's Lieutenant, stubborn Lieutenant.
You're doing great.
I can't remember, but it's Lieutenant something.
Describe what they look like.
Well, in the it's funny because in the comic she's a blonde little girl.
Lieutenant Trouble?
Something like that. It's something I can't remember. Anyway, not that big of important, but it was cool.
It's a good movie.
And the cat. Can we talk about the cat?
Goose
coming in stealing the show. And I like that. Okay, I don't think it was an actual allusion to anything, but I liked that they used the name Goose.
Right. Because it's like on an Air Force base, and how do you not make the cat Goose?
Right.
Yeah.
It was this whole reference to Top Gun. Again, whether it was on purpose or by accident.
Oh, totally on purpose.
The fact that they named named an Air Force cat Goose.
Let me see if Goose is in my Marvel Encyclopedia. Keep talking while I look stuff up. I just want to know.
We're not a movie reviewing podcast by any means.
What?
But if
We're
I had to
so eloquent about it.
If I had to give this movie a rating out of 5, I would give it a solid 4. Like,
maybe is not in here.
Maybe like 3.5, 4. Like, it was still really, really good.
Because I'm not one. Like, again, I thought it was maybe not the greatest Marvel movie I've ever seen. But I'm always one that really likes the game-changing events, like Endgame. I'm so hyped for that, and Infinity War. When all these heroes... So it has nothing against Brie Larson or Captain Marvel at all. It's just I like the ones that feel like they really affect the universe. All these origin stories are great, but sometimes I'm like, okay, I don't want another origin story.
And I think, like, origin story movies, as cool as they are, and I like that the backstory they give, they're not going to feel as full-fleshed out. Like, I think Far From Home is going to do so much better than Homecoming because it's not another origin story. But what Homecoming got right in origin story, going to go to Spider-Man for 2 seconds.
Okay, I can live here all day.
That they didn't rewind all the way to the beginning. We didn't see him get his spider powers. We didn't see him and have to lose Uncle Ben for the third time. They're just like, okay, this already happened. You know this stuff, but this is still Spider-Man becoming Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which I thought was super unique. I loved that.
They skipped the parts that, like, okay, tired bets.
But since nobody knows anything about Captain Marvel, and there's multiple iterations of Captain Marvel, I thought it was really good of them to be like, here's a solid origin story. But the characters that you already know, because they could have given us a bunch of random nobodies. And they didn't. They gave us Nick Fury. And you got to see Nick Fury's coming as well, which was super cool.
And I hear, I don't know, in the Twitter sphere, I hear that he's not going to be seen in Endgame.
But he's gone.
He's gone. Oh, well, I mean, he disappears, but, like, something's got to get resolved, right? They have to come back.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, like, I don't think he's... Okay. Obviously, he's back because he's a big star in Far From Home.
Or Far From Home.
So, I'm not worried about seeing him in that. But somebody today pointed...
I'm sorry, I'm having a stroke. I was thinking, this is Nick Fury's last movie. Obviously, it's not, because we've seen him in the trailer.
Speaking of not so obvious, Tony Stark was not seen in the Far From Home trailer.
It's true. Pepper Potts signs the check.
Pepper Potts signs the check, and Happy is the one carrying it around.
We might have to do a whole episode just on theories about Endgame. Because there's more and more.
Hey, new episode. We could do that at the end. We can film like a little extra blurb and just put that out on a Wednesday or something.
Yeah, whatever.
But
all in all, a good movie.
Yeah, it was a solid. You know what? I'm gonna bring it down just a bit, but a solid 3. Like, I would put this right along with like Black Panther or the first Captain America.
Yeah.
Like, they were all really good.
Not my favorite, solid great movies.
But like, they're not the ones I'm gonna go back and watch. But I'm excited for Endgame. I'm excited for Shazam. Oh, look at that. You said cool segue?
That was quite a segue. I didn't even see you went back. It went so smooth on that segue.
So, Zachary Levi. I want to start there. Who, if you were on our social media, was my Marvel Monday.
Last Monday.
Not the Monday that's...
Tomorrow. We're doing great at this whole timeline.
Yeah, timeline. That's why we don't write comics. But Zachary Levi, since Chuck, which was one of my favorite shows,
Yeah.
I learned about it when I was in like 8th grade as a child. It was this awesome story about this nerd who worked at
A Best Buy, essentially.
the Buy More.
Yeah. They had a geek squad.
They were the nerd herd.
Okay.
And it was just really cool to see this geeky guy get to be a spy. And in the first season, he was a terrible spy. But he grows, and he gets the intercept, and...
Because he's got something with lodged
lodges
his head that makes him...
he watches this video that his nemesis sends to him, and it's filled with a bunch of government secrets, and he captures it. I could do a whole episode about Chuck, but we're not going to, because it's irrelevant. But if you want to see that, comment below, because if I can get like 2 comments, I'm going to convince this guy
Just 2.
I see 2. I would deal with 1. If someone's like, oh, I love Chuck, do a full episode on Chuck, I'd be like, yes, let's do it.
If we get somebody else to talk about Chuck, we could do Chuck.
Anyway, but I did a little more research on him, and Zachary Levi is an absolutely incredible person. He's done Broadway, in First Date. Look at this guy.
I know my Zachary Levi. I know my Broadway.
He was Entangled as Eugene.
Beautiful singing voice.
Absolutely incredible voice. But all in all, he's a geek. He's a geek through and through. He has a whole organization dedicated to it. He has
What's that called? Do you know?
I don't off the top of my head. I used to. Clearly not the full Zach fan, but he's been in Marvel movies too as a superhero. Did you know that?
Yeah, he was an Asgardian.
He was an Asgardian. He was in the second Thor movie, not
Dark
the
World.
first one. Yeah,
because he spoke about that. I saw him at C2E2 a couple years ago, and he just briefly touched on it, and I was like, wait, he was in what?
Yep.
He had like a long wig or something.
Yeah, he had the blonde hair, it was all, and he had the goatee, and I was like, wow, holy crap. So this isn't his first stint into superheroes.
Yeah.
But he plays Billy Batson, or Shazam when he's fully grown up, or whatever you want to, however you want to explain that. And he has to contain this childlike wonder. They picked the perfect person to capture the essence. He's a goofy dude.
He's just fun. Like he's grown up, obviously, but he's still kept that spark of wonder when you're a kid. I mean, the only people that could probably play him better is probably you and I. But
my child wonder died long ago.
But yeah, he's a fun guy to watch.
Yes, he's always been fun to watch. Like, and he's not afraid to make a fool of himself.
Yeah.
And like he proved that on Chuck, and I think that's another reason why picking him as Shazam is such a good choice.
Totally.
Now, my only reference to Shazam in my entirety of it was, I know there was the Shazam versus Black Adam animated movie. Never saw it.
I haven't seen it either.
But he was in Young Justice for an episode, and I thought that was super cool. And he showed up in a Justice League movie, and it was really cool. But one of the coolest things about him is they slowly start to learn that he's a 13-year-old. But not everybody knows.
Nemesis, the enemies and stuff.
Well, yeah. Like, people start, but just his own teammates. Like, the Justice League start to find out that he's a 13-year-old boy.
They have no idea.
Well, think about some of the things that heroes have to see.
Yeah.
Like, he has to witness death and mass
hordes
murder.
Of people dying
like,
under rubble. And
the first movie, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. It's really geared towards kids, but I think there's a lot that Shazam will have to do. Mm-hmm. And Shazam's also got this whole family aspect, which I think you've done a little bit of research now with that, like same I did.
Yeah, because now there's 2 origins of Shazam. There was like the original where he came from a family, he lived with his parents died.
Yes.
And he lived with his uncle who like stole his inheritance.
Right, that's the original 1950s run of Captain Marvel. That.
And then the New 52 version where now he's an orphan. And he's foster, and so he lives with
bouncing house to house to house, and he lives with his foster family.
And so now he's with like the kid that he's got some
crutches,
got some disability there,
and like all of them become the Marvel family. That's the origin story I know, where he saves the kid, and it looks like it was crazy because if I could find the YouTube video, I'll try to link it down below. But they were showing this, and it was like a 1-for-1 of what I'm expecting this movie to be. He beats
the
up...
New 52.
Yeah. He beats up the bully. He, like, runs onto the subway. The doors close.
It, like, transforms to a magic train.
Yep. It transports him, and he's in front of the wizard.
Shazam.
And he gets denied the powers first, and then he gets the powers.
Yeah.
Like, all of those. Like, wow.
Exactly like they showed in the trailers.
The only thing that they're missing is Black Adam himself. Which I did a little research. Black Adam will be played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
In this movie?
Nope. Black Adam is too dark of a character for them to want to put him... So Black Adam's going to get his origin story, and Shazam is going to have his origin story, and they might eventually come together, because they're a big part of each other.
They better not wait that long.
Well, because Shazam and Black Adam are two sides of the same coin.
Basically, right?
Yeah, they both got their powers from Shazam.
Mm-hmm. He was the former champion, and he killed all the
seven deadly sins, or the other Marvel family, right?
I think there were other wizards. There was, the wizard that he meets in the trailer. Mm-hmm. That's like the last remaining, because the rest
because he kills him
killed off
with that thing that falls down in the original story.
Oh, okay. But I read that Black Adam wiped out the rest of the wizards. So he was
so magic is no longer on Earth,
and that Shazam is the only last hope of protecting the magical world against things like Black Adam. So.
Yes, so there are other spells that he can cast, and he's got to, weave words properly. Okay. But Shazam stands for something, correct?
Yeah. Fun fact, we found out today.
Yes.
If you didn't know this, because Shazam feels like super... to me, it's like, oh, what's something catchy? How about Shazam?
I was like...
But because he was originally called Captain Marvel.
Right.
Let's just quickly tidy that up. So he was originally called Captain Marvel.
Right.
Before Captain Marvel... in the Marvel series existed.
Right.
And it was through Fawcett Comics. And then DC had Superman, and they sued Fawcett Comics because the likeness to Superman and Captain Marvel, Shazam at the time, were very, very close. And so Fawcett had stopped making those.
And then DC bought it up, right?
I think they either bought it up then, or it was years later when the copyright over Captain Marvel lapsed. And Marvel bought that name and created Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel.
Right.
But then DC bought Shazam, but they couldn't use the name Captain Marvel.
Because now the rights were...
Right. So they had to use, they thought, well, his catchphrase was like, Shazam! So that's what they named him. But
he still gets referred to as Captain Marvel in certain shows, which is really weird.
That feels like infringement.
That feels like you're touching on some weird stuff. Because, I swear I remember one of the animated movies, they start to say Captain Marvel, and he's like, Shazam's fine.
Okay.
I think it was Young Justice. But
maybe they just see how close they can go.
Right, they're like, you're Captain... They call me Shazam now. I was like... What?
That's awesome. But yeah, the name Shazam is actually an acronym for kind of where he gets his powers.
Right. So the S...
which is the wisdom of
Solomon. Yeah.
Solomon the Wise.
He's the wise king.
He's got the strength of Hercules. He's got the stamina of Atlas, got the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury.
Which, I think...
Quiz me on that tomorrow, I won't be able to tell you about.
But today
got it.
Well, I think that's such a cool concept to pull that acronym and give him powers, but it's almost like saying, I don't know, this is something I was thinking of when we were talking about how it's from different beliefs. You've got
Solomon is Judeo-Christian kind of thing.
Right. You got the Greeks from Achilles and
Zeus.
Hercules and Zeus, but then you also have Romans with Mercury, and I think Atlas might also.
Yeah, I just think of the world guy.
Yeah, but regardless, you have different schools of thought.
Yeah,
but it's cool to bring them all into one.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like saying they're all right.
Yeah, it's all right in this
right in this universe. And it's everything. All of those are here. It's just these are the strengths of these people.
And it's I think it's a cool nod to where superheroes originated from. It was those Norse gods. It was those all these kind of gods from
Greek which Marvel captured super well by saying hey, did you know that Thor is actually not a demigod? He's just from a different realm.
Ares himself is another god superhero. So yeah, it's cool. But I'm super excited for the movie. April 8th probably could come a little sooner in my book.
Oh my gosh. Because I believe I no doubt, no matter what happens with this, he's going to do an incredible job.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
I hope they do go just a little dark. But from the trailer,
I think he is.
If they've been marketing it for children and then they just sweep your legs and take it really dark, I think a lot of parents might be upset.
There's a part where you see the doctor who's trying to find the powers of magic to save his family. That's the dude with the glowing eye that you see in that coat. I think. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of how the origin story goes. This doctor's going. He opens the door to the Stone of Infinity or something like that, the Plane of Infinity.
I'm not as familiar here.
Anyway, this is the New 52 version. He releases Black Adam, but since they can't use Black Adam yet, I think he's going to be like the main bad guy. But if you notice, he like catches his fist. So I think you got to realize that, again, this is a 15-year-old kid. He's got all these powers, but he doesn't believe he deserves them. He thought they were really cool, and now he doesn't want to be Shazam because he's gonna die. Like, that guy's here to kill him,
right? To
get his powers.
Like, what would you do? Like, if you woke up tomorrow with superpowers, and maybe you didn't look like you, what would you do?
What would I do if I had superpowers?
I've always thought, well, I'm gonna go save the world. Like, when I was a kid, I remember asking my mom to sew me a superhero costume, and she's like, "Okay, honey, I'll get to it," and never got to it because she was afraid I was gonna go run through the streets or something.
I think I'd be closer to Deadpool. I'd be a merc with a mouth. I would just go make some money
and just go kill people for hire.
I don't kill, but
what's a merc?
I'd probably kill people for money. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to not be true to myself. I'm chaotic.
Black Adam, Shazam.
What are you gonna do? I don't know. I see it's a lucrative field if I'm the only one there. But I think what's better if you just shout a phrase or some nonsensical thing, which isn't, I guess, as nonsensical as we thought. But to anybody who doesn't know, if some random person just runs down, jumps off a building, goes Shazam, that means nothing.
The first time I saw it or heard it, I was this close to thinking Shaquille O'Neal was gonna pop out of a lamp. Oh, Shazam! I thought you said Kazam. My bad.
Basically, same thing. That's also teetering on lawsuit.
Kazam has 3 A's, I believe. Kazam. So it's nothing the same.
Oh,
but yeah, you wish you could just yell out a phrase and get a ton of powers, right?
Right.
That'd be super cool.
Leading us into our game. I didn't think of a clever name for this one.
This game's called Shout Stuff and Get a Power? Question mark?
Okay, I can make that work. I can make that work.
Or edit that and try another one.
Yelly, power. I like yours better. We're gonna go with yours. That's okay. But basically, the rules of this game is one of us is gonna shout some nonsensical word like yippity doo, and then the other person will give the person a look. So, like, when Billy Batson shouts that he becomes a ripped, muscular man in a red suit with a cape.
The giant glowing lightning bolt on his chest.
Yeah.
Like one does.
Where if I said yippity-doo, I might turn into...
a mouseketeer with a cape that has the power to get people dancing down Main Street, USA.
So, like, reverse...
Pied Piper?
Yeah. So instead of a man touring mice down the way with music, I can get, like, people moving.
People! I was thinking zippity-doo. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay. Our album's to come out shortly, so don't worry.
We're gonna have, like, turtlenecks, like black turtlenecks. And it'd be real jazzy.
Okay, so I'm gonna shout a word. You tell me who I am and what my power is.
Game on.
My word is... Flippity flip! Okay.
So, with flippity flip, you become a ball, okay, super round, and a ball, and then like your face is like on your stomach, and then your logo's just below the face. It's like a little spring. And you just kind of like bounce and do flips.
I've just become a human ball?
You're just a human bouncy ball. If you've seen Naruto ever, you're basically Choji in his human boulder form, but just constantly. And that way, if you land on somebody, it just kind of like sucks them up.
Okay, like Kirby,
kind of. And then they're just there, and then you kind of like roll to the police station, and you go flippity flop. Is that what your word was?
Flippity flip,
and then you just and then they're the people that you've got, and also the buses and whatever you've rolled up. It's kind of like was it Calamari or whatever, like that game where you like rolled things. and picked up like people and buildings. I don't know if you ever played that.
No.
Weird game. Okay.
That was actually my childhood dream of becoming that very superhero. So you nailed it. Good job.
Nailed it.
All right. What's your word?
Teak tickle.
Teak would tickle?
Yep.
Okay. Teak would tickle, you transform to a very slender gentleman with narrowed cheeks and glasses on your bridge of your nose, and you are able to, at the drop of a hat, tell me exactly how much any antique is worth, like on Antiques Roadshow.
So I've basically become a professional Antique Roadshow appraiser. I've become an appraiser. It's like I roll out like all greasy and stuff like that, and someone's like, hey, it's time to start filming. Teak would tickle and boom.
Oh yes, well, this chest is from the IKEA brand.
Like,
it's called a Florben Glorben. It's worth literally nothing. You fool! Get off my show. Does none of you scan through these? Teak would tickle. Oh my god, what a day.
That's still going.
It's a whole bit. I've got it all cleaned up.
Okay, I've got another word. I don't, but I'm going to think of one right now. My word is...
Should have written these down.
Poots.
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 Poots. Can you do it like that? The poots. Love it. Okay. Okay.
I yell poots, and what happens?
You yell poots, and this giant pink puff cloud just appears. And then you come out, and you've got like cat ears, but they're pink cat ears, and like pink cat claws, and like a skirt, like a pink skirt,
cute,
and like a crop top with a cat paw. But you're a muscular, like you look like Shazam, okay? And you can talk to cats. That's your only. The muscles are just for show. You can talk to cats, but you can only say one phrase, and you understand nothing else. And that one phrase is. Point me to the nearest litter box. That's it. That's your whole power.
Meanwhile, I'm getting catcalled by every construction site I saw to buy.
You're like, oh.
Just head to the litter box.
Tell me to the nearest litter box.
It's cute. That's gonna be my next cosplay, I think. I'm gonna scratch my whole Spider-Man noir. We're going with Poots.
Poots. Poots. That's your... Okay. Okay.
We're literally just looking around the room at things that we're like, oh, what's a word?
But what's also not a word? Slapow!
Slapow?
Slapow! With the jazz hands and all.
Jazz hands, okay. So, you instantly get done head to toe in black.
Oh.
With turtleneck.
Oh gosh.
And a beret.
Oh no.
And
this is going away. I don't want it to.
And you, with the jazz hands, you can instantly, I'm trying to think of something completely not like Fosse, but now that's all I can think of. You can dance, with your little beret, and your little, maybe you can transform the hat into any sort of hat. It could be a top hat. It could be a pirate hat. It could be...
So I'm basically a one-man show.
Basically.
But only with hats.
With hats and jazz hands. Is about the only dance you know.
So if I try to tap, I just fall on my face.
Absolutely. Every other dance is actually your weakness. You'll die.
So if somebody tries to, like, dance battle me, they'll start tapping and, like... Please, please, please.
What do you want, a chef's hat? Slapow.
Can you cook? No.
It's my other weakness.
I can
get 1,000 weaknesses and only one power.
One strength.
Yes. And is that really a strength? You decide in the comments below.
You could be hired for cool events like, or not so cool events like. So we've got your test results back. Kapow, please take it away. Just come in. It's terminal. Just jazz hands. It's like, why are you here? Pirate hand.
You're just like the sad clown.
Yeah,
I just show up at funerals and
to give the eulogy.
we fired.
Just like begrudgingly. To give the eulogy. Pow. They just whip out like the full like women's veil, like with the black jazz hands. He was a good man. I was there when he got his diagnosis.
I give it to him. I just got off my lunch.
Okay, let's see. Your turn for a word.
Okay. This should probably be my last word. You ready?
Yeah.
I jump off a building and say, gravy boat!
And you turn into a gravy boat. A nice sterling silver gravy boat.
It's clattered to the ground.
Yeah. You're the one that jumped off a building. You did not ask what your abilities were.
The most I could do is like smack someone in the head like,
This is mildly inconvenient. To be fair, you're filled with
I'll take this to Tickle Tickle. He can tell me how much it's worth.
I just bring that sir is a person. It is illegal for me to buy this anymore. Do not bring this filth to me. Tickle Tickle.
That was a shocker. That one ended much different.
Yeah. If you had jumped, you could have. It's about as useful as the Wonder Twins in Power. Just bucket of water.
Wonder Twins transform to.
She goes like, "I'm an eagle." It's like bucket of water.
My sister always gets the cool stuff.
She's like, "Idiot! You could have been anything."
I found a quarter on the floor. It was heads down.
My word.
My quarter.
My last word. Quirkily-doo.
Quirkily-doo?
Quirkily-doo.
Quirkily-doo. So
In
you...
that same manner.
Quirkily-doo.
That's it.
So you... running through the streets yelling Quirkily-doo.
Chasing a bad guy.
Chasing a bad guy. And instantly... you are surrounded. Cotton candy just comes out of nowhere.
Oh, God.
And spins you around just like, you know, Shazam's lightning, except yours is
A
cotton
cloud
candy.
of cotton candy swirling around me.
And that's why Quirkily-doo has a ton of cavities.
Oh, God.
Because you have to then eat your way out of the cotton candy. It's kind of obtrusive.
So it's kind of like a cocoon?
Yeah. And you have to wait for, you know, maybe a week. And then you eat your way out of your cotton candy.
So I say Quirkily-doo. A week passes.
Yeah.
In this exposed cotton candy.
Yeah.
It's to the elements.
Rain, snow,
I mean, the streets
cars.
of New York, we've been there. We've seen the rats. It's fine.
Sometimes the rats actually can speed up the process by eating from the other side. But if they eat through too early, then you just come out as this, like, mush, semi-transformed.
Like passion for kill me!
But if you are able to wait that full week, you eat your way through. Your teeth are just falling out of your head from all the sugar, and you come out. You just come out.
Not the same. All I did was go into a cotton candy. I would literally never use my power.
No, but you are like 1 hit point stronger. You could use that hit point depending on what it was. So it's more of like okay, I'm probably going to get punched in the face this week. Maybe I'll go Quirkily-doo now.
Like, so I'm not impervious to bullets.
No, of course not. It's just 1 hit point. Don't get crazy.
Then you get shot. What's that 1 hit point now, kid? Gone. Everything's gone. It's getting cold. Quirkily-doo.
You could extend your lifespan just a week longer by encasing yourself in cotton candy.
And then come out.
Just a rotting, sugary corpse.
I would never do that.
Quirkily-doo, kids.
More like quirkily don't. And with that terribly sad way of ending that game,
this has been Shout Stuff and Get Powers? ?
Name your shout and your power down below. Make sure they're not cool.
Otherwise,
I
you'll
like
be running
Gravy
this
Boat.
podcast.
Gravy Boat was my favorite hero we made today.
Mine too. Most original, I think.
You know where you can't get a gravy boat?
Where's that?
Secret Door Game. Yes, where they want to be your premier space to geek out and not talk about gravy boats or talk about antiquities.
Oh.
What we can talk about is, I was just there, you can get the Game of Thrones board game that we just mentioned 2 episodes ago.
Cool, it's selling at Secret Door Games?
Yes, it's incredible. You can get Flux, which is a fast-paced card game.
Super fun.
Absolutely incredible.
Zombie Flux.
Zombie.
A ton of expansions.
Yes, tons of expansions to Flux. You can get comic books, so you can pick up the latest issue of the Power Rangers series, or Shazam, or Captain Marvel. It's almost
Which one?
It's like its own brand. And you can also get some dice and rule books and everything else.
Minis, paint to paint your minis.
Yes, and there's crazy awesome events where you can paint those minis. There's game nights, and then there's Magic the Gathering nights as well.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of events. Follow them on Facebook. They're incredible, and they're genuinely a community. We talk about it every week, but we're not just saying that. You can go in there and you can sit there for literally hours, not buy anything, walk out not buying anything. And
are we helping their sales? Yeah. You don't have to buy a thing.
You should.
I'm
not saying don't.
Our sales have plummeted since you started.
We've got hundreds of customers, but none of them are buying. They just want to talk. What have you
talking
done?
About a community?
Please never mention our name again.
We wondered why none of our stickers weren't moving with purchase.
Take your stickers, they're not helping. I'm just kidding. No, seriously, go there.
Check it out.
For any time you need something incredible.
And I think they've got something really cool coming up this month called Geek Week, where they've got big events happening each and every night.
Oh, dang.
A lot of gaming events, a lot of maybe specials on games. I don't want to put words in their mouth. But again, check them out. They have all these events on their Facebook page. That's Secret Door Games, located at 215 Main Street, downtown Elkhart, Indiana.
There's something else on that. They're also, they're sponsoring somebody else. I just want to give a big shout out because we might be on there soon. They live stream D&D. Theater Geek is on Twitch. Go give them a follow if you want. And also, when you do purchase something, like he mentioned, you can get a sticker. That was what I was really wanting to plug.
An FGBG sticker, you say?
I have it on the back of my phone, so I'm going to be useless. But
I'm going to get one out.
He's got one. They're basically our calling card. And
basically.
If you're going to be at C2E2, come find us. Come track us down. We're going to be these giant shirts that say FGBG, Let's Geek Out. And we will give you one of these stickers if you just ask for it. You can also be on the episode where we'll quiz you. Or maybe play a fun game with you. I thought of a couple.
I am so stoked for C2E2. I can't stop looking at the schedule.
Oh my gosh.
Can't stop making tiny adjustments to my cosplays. It's done basically. I just want to keep messing with
tweaks. Yeah. But yeah, also keep up for that. We'll be live streaming that as well. Be it on Twitch or YouTube. That one may be a little bit harder to do both, but we'll try our best.
Yeah. We'll do what we can.
Yes.
We're going to be there having fun ourselves. So.
Yeah, we're still going to have fun. We're going to go to panels. We won't be able to live stream those. We won't be able to live stream anything. But we'll live stream the events so you can kind of get the feel for it. I think that'll be kind of fun. And we can take some questions and stuff like that. And then if you have questions for them, we will try to get those to them if we go to their panel. And we'll give you their answer.
Yeah. And if you are at C2E2, you're planning to go to C2E2, let us know in the comments below. Or hit us up on our social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
All at 4 Geeks by
Geeks.
We're really getting into
because we would love, again, just tears of joy if one person comes up to us and said, hey, I saw your podcast or YouTube channel. Never watched again because your games were horrible.
Terrible.
But
the worst.
I saw it. Just tears.
Just crying town. I would have to, at that point, shout Gravy Boat. Just collapse into a sterling silver gravy boat. Well, just tip me over and pour me out. I'm so excited.
Can I come out now?
Don't rub the lamp.
So, Shazam and Captain Marvel, or Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel,
if you will.
They are quite powerful beings.
Yes. Well, so one uses kinetic energy, if I understand right. That's her superpower, it seems like.
Well, in this current movies, they called it a photon blast. But yeah, it's essentially just this like
blast of kinetic energy. It's sick.
Power. Super cool. It just tears through everything. She can fly.
She can fly.
She can absorb energy.
Which is sick.
So, like, you could shoot something at her. She just sucks it in, shoots it back at you.
It's crazy.
She's got super strength. Some regenerative powers. She is pretty
She has
cool.
Kree abilities as well.
Because, yeah, she's like the perfect blend of Kree and human. She's got a blood transfusion. Become, like, bitter.
Don't let us how
Kree.
blood transfusions work, but I was excited that that's what I decided to go with.
So what does Shazam? What are his powers?
So he has the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the
Stamina of
Atlas,
the power of Zeus,
the power of Zeus, the
courage of
Achilles, and the mercury of speed.
But he can also, I mean, he shoots like lightning, and he can...
Yeah, so he's basically
fly.
A super powerful... He's Superman with spells, which...
Hence the lawsuit.
In that world, as amazing as Captain Marvel was, I think Shazam wins. Like, I do. Like, I think that he could put up... Where she might win is, I think she can breathe in space. I don't think Shazam can do that.
Well, she had that thing. It's in the movie. She had that thing, but she
not at the
didn't
end.
need it.
Spoilies.
Oh, maybe because she just like becomes she
Yeah, I
reaches her
think
full
she just-
potential and doesn't need it.
Yeah, because... But again...
So yeah, the question is, who would win between the two? You think Shazam?
I do. And obviously
Why?
you're Marvel and I'm DC. And I think there is...
But I'm trying to remove that. I'm just trying to look objectively.
Yeah, like, so I think my love's always going to be Shazam. The one weakness that I think Shazam has here is that he is a 15-year-old boy.
Right.
No combat skills, no nothing. Carol Danvers is a trained military.
Right, and she already knows
And
how to
she's
fight.
also part of the Kree army. So she's got a lot of fighting. I think she could easily outsmart Shazam. And now Shazam has always been known to not being the smartest. He still makes 15-year-old mistakes. Because,
Sure.
Like, I mean, even in, like, Young Justice, he was making, like, huge mistakes. And he wanted to hang out with the kids because he was a kid.
Yeah. But Carol, I mean, she's pretty hot-headed too.
It's true.
And she just flies off the handle and makes rash decisions. But I think, okay, so let's say Shazam shoots her with electricity.
She absorbs
She
it.
can just absorb it, photon blast at him. And he's got, like, invulnerability, right?
Right.
At least to bullets.
Yeah.
Is that to everything?
I don't know. I don't...
Because
he
they
doesn't
both
have a weakness
fly?
like kryptonite, but I also think he gets weaker over time. The more he uses his spells,
Oh.
it starts to actually do damage to him. Like if he doesn't do it right. So then eventually he's gonna have to turn back into Billy Batson.
Well, yeah, then hands down, Captain Marvel wins because she
'Cause
doesn't
can
run
do
out of
it
anything.
Right, and that's what I was getting at. She can always recharge that, and I don't know if maybe he gets it further on because Shazam is not a super fleshed out character right now. That's the other thing. Captain Marvel is.
Yeah.
Shazam
She's got years.
is just kind of an addition character, which I think is kind of weird that they're choosing. But they've been trying to like sprinkle him in, like let's add him to the Justice League, let's add him to Young Justice. Let's kind of he's your addition character.
Yeah.
And Black Adam and Shazam have really cool storylines, but
But if you go from his like original storyline, I mean, they both have a lot of history.
Right.
He's got actually more history,
right,
a longer period of time at least.
and he's got to fight the 7 Deadly Sins, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I always
because
love
they've been
anytime they
released.
bring 7 Deadly
Yeah.
Sins into things. I don't know why. I think that's super cool.
I do too. Well, because like I thought it was awesome Full Metal Alchemist did it. I thought it was awesome that there's a whole series
Now on
based on it.
Netflix.
Even though they're not like the embodiment of them.
No, they
necessarily.
have some sort of power.
Yeah, they just have
It just keeps me
powers.
out every time. I don't know.
I don't know. I do too. Like when I learned about the 7 Deadly Sins as a wee lad, it was always something that really intrigued me.
Maybe it's because it's like our inner humanness.
What's
that
it like?
desires them.
Because someone was like, "What?" I read this thing when I was like 14. It's like, which 7 deadly sin do you embody? I'm like, well, all of them. Duh. Like,
And it's interesting in Shazam comics, they're not always referred to as the 7 deadly sins. They're referred to as the 7 enemies of man.
yes.
So it's just something that all of us can fight, and so that I really like the universality of that kind of storyline. But
Gun.
the question is who would win?
I think actually, if we talked about it, I think Captain Marvel would do it because Billy Batson would have to eventually become Billy Batson, and I don't see an end to Carol Danvers unless he gets the whopping on her immediately and like just puts the hurt onto her. There's no way. Captain Marvel is an OP character. Both of them are OP.
Yeah.
I think we can kind of just agree and realize that without giving too much away, they both have super abilities.
And if you open it up to like her binary form, like later Captain Marvel loses her powers, but then like saves a son and becomes binary, and she can unleash the power of a son.
Which it seems like they already kind of hinted at, even in the movie.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just because she's so cool.
It almost seems like they've decided to just jump to that ending.
Yeah,
MCU. Kind of.
MCU's always...
Without giving... We can talk about it. If you ever want to just talk, tweet at us.
We're here to talk. We're here for you. Yeah.
Just come to Secret Dark Games. Chat it up. Don't buy anything. Though we're gonna like lose our sponsorship with them. We were just like, don't buy a thing. Literally, just go in there to talk.
No, buy things.
Please do.
They have everything you need. The great prices.
Yes, they're incredible.
Yeah.
And they have our stickers. So why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
But yeah. I think
we'll see. I wish there was like a movie where the two could ever become.
I'm surprised.
One. I'm not sure.
I think happen. As time goes on, I think Marvel and DC should, because they've done crossovers before, but I think they should.
Like in a main movie?
I think in comics and stuff like that. I think Batman came over to the Marvel Universe, if I remember right.
Oh.
Fact check me. Always fact check me.
That would be huge.
But I think it'd be cool if we could, combine them in one like all-out brawl fight. Both.
That would be the movie of the century.
The thing is, they would both make millions and millions
That's
and millions. True. It's a good money opportunity. And that leads me really well into the predictions of what I think these two characters are going to do for their respective movie universes.
Because it can mean a lot for both franchises.
Yes, where one I think is the finally like starting up, and I want to start with Shazam because I think we're going to be able to open up a huge can of worms with Captain Marvel. But Shazam is pretty easy. Shazam is lighthearted. It's fun, but with real. Actual problems. I think that was why they picked Shazam for this movie. I think it's why they casted it super well.
Yeah.
If this succeeds, this will easily be the best DC movie they've made in this new universe. And I think it is set within the world of the Justice League.
And so that's what we mean by new universe. It's not like Christian Bale Batman.
Yeah, it's not Christian Bale. It's not Michael Keaton. It's Ben Affleck.
New Ben Affleck. Okay.
Which I think he's actually resigned. So I think they're starting over one more time. Which seems
I can't do another Batman. Okay, I could. I will do it. I'll do as many Batmans as they want. I'm glad they keep making them, but it's just like I want one person to stick with it long enough.
Right, like Christian Bale did 3. Awesome. I think he was the longest of them because Michael Keaton got 1 or 2.
It was Michael Keaton, then George Clooney.
Yeah. Well, and Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer came in between them, I think.
Yeah, I think they each did a movie each.
One of them did more than one, but not by much. And then obviously Christian Bale picked it up and did a super dark, gritty one. And then Heath Ledger passed away, and the Bane thing happened. And
that Bane thing that happened at one time.
And then they ended. I don't know why, but then Christopher Nolan was like, "Is it Christopher Nolan?" Yeah, he just like was like, "By the way, this guy, his middle name is Robin." I have never been more upset about something.
And they just left it.
Then there's like, and by the way, his middle name's Robin, so he thinks he's going to go by that from now on. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Whatever.
I probably couldn't afford him after that.
This is what Marvel's been doing super well for a really long time, and DC denied to take that turn, was DC was like, oh, we're going to make these dark, gritty, realistic superhero movies. And Marvel's like, we just said superhero movies, and you're trying to base it out of reality. Like, mistake. Like
we talked about before, I think DC tends to lean more towards like nitty gritty, dark,
that's it,
real life stuff.
And I like.
So they want to be true to that, I guess.
But you can be dark like Batman. Not every hero's Batman. Superman is not Batman.
Right. That's
Wonder Woman is not Batman.
Right.
Flash is not Batman. They don't need to be dark.
When's his movie coming out?
They don't need to be. I thought Ezra did a great job.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that.
Yeah.
And they're starting to realize that people like Batman, but not everybody needs to be Batman.
Yeah.
Clark Kent can survive on his own, being a farm boy, and being a true American hero. Flash can be quick, witty, and not like his relationship with his villains is very different from the Batman's relationship. Like I'm trying to remember who it was. There's a scene in Justice League where he goes in and he sees his villain in the bar and he talks to him like as a person, and he's like, I thought we were getting help. I was like, are you still going to those meetings? And like he sits down because villains are still humans, and he gets them back into the help he needs.
That's Clark Kent. Or that's
no,
Superman?
that's Barry. Barry, the Flash. I just can't think of his last name. I saw
Babson.
Barry Babson. No, the Flash.
Barry
Allen.
Allen. I was like, this is the wrong book.
It might be Wally West that did that one, because Barry Allen disappears for a really long time and Wally West takes his place. Anyway, that's the point, not the tangent I'm supposed to go on. I apologize. I do that a lot.
Predictions? Shazam. DC.
Shazam's going to save the DC universe. I do think that. Because I think this will open DC's eyes to realizing that fun, but also slightly dark, will sell well.
But I think Aquaman already started that train. Because that's not super dark. It's a lot of CGI. It's fun. It's accessible to family.
It's true. I think they realized that Aquaman was a success.
Yeah, like they could make a Disney ride out of that. So,
well, I think Shazam is going to take it that next step further. Like, I think Aquaman was a one step. Shazam's going to be like, this is it. Like, Shazam could have been what they could have made Superman, with like that fun lightheartedness.
It's funny. Shazam's going to outsell Superman once again.
I would love that because I hated Man of Steel.
Yeah, I love it.
Again, I wrote a whole negative paper about it.
So let's switch our focus to the Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And what could that do? Are you thinking towards like the Marvel Studios, the MCU, or towards just like the story arc? I'm going towards Endgame.
Story arc going through Endgame is kind of where I'm going with it, because MCU needs no help. They don't.
It's doing great.
This next hit though is gonna be our longest point without a Marvel movie. We're gonna go a full year because no Marvel movie is being recorded right now. So they're taking a break, which is huge. Yes.
Who needs a break?
Let's just say this is the first time they've done this in a long time. So
we got Captain Marvel. We're gonna get Endgame.
We're gonna get Spider-Man.
Spider-Man in June.
Yep, and then we're done.
Till what?
Next year in June, I think.
No.
Yeah, we're done.
I can't wait that long.
We're done for a while.
No, they're gonna
fix
fix that.
Huge.
They're gonna film something else. They're gonna screw something else.
Well, yeah, they're gonna film, but like nothing's in production right now. Even if they picked up today, they wouldn't be able to do it until like around the time of Far From Home, but next year.
What?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
How do you know this?
I just happened to see something on comicbooks.com or something like that, and I was reading into it. And I did some research.
I hope that's like I'm gonna Snopes that. I hope that's fake news.
They have them on Twitter like saying it feels weird to not have any projects coming up.
What are they gonna do?
Well, I think they're trying to get their bearings back, but that's kind of why I want to talk about like the moving forward piece, because they've just done this huge thing where like I think we can all assume that if not Captain, if it's not Cap, Iron Man's gonna die, or if not both of them, like both of them might need to sacrifice themselves. But
is this guy going towards like a new Avengers kind of era?
Yeah, like who's gonna take up Cap's mantle? And
Captain Marvel does lead the Avengers eventually.
She's clearly gonna be like the new face.
Yeah.
I think she'll be the new face. I do. But there's a bunch of new Marvel characters that we haven't talked about. Like She-Hulk could come into it if Hulk gets bought out. Because was Hulk owned by Fox as well?
I have no idea about that.
I don't remember.
I don't know, because I mean he's in the movies, so.
Right? Well, and the other big thing is
separate.
Well, Hulk isn't owned by Marvel. That's why he's never done a solo movie.
Oh,
but cool thing. Okay. Then this could also be another reason they're waiting. They're about to close their deal on Fox. Disney's about to close that deal this week, which means they'll own Fantastic Four, they'll own Ghost Rider, they'll own
finally good movie of both.
Well, yeah, like they're gonna own Deadpool.
Well, Deadpool's a good movie.
Yeah, but they're gonna own all of those now.
Okay.
Like they'll own the X-Men.
Yes.
So
Rogue can come in and steal Captain Marvel's
that's
powers.
just it. Magneto can come in. Rogue can come in. Gambit can come in.
Can have M-Day.
Yeah, like we have the Silver Surfer can make his appearance, so we can really go into space and have something super meaningful. And with Carol Danvers, the Kree and the Skrull coming in, now we can go intergalactic.
Yeah.
Which there's a bunch of enemies out there that we can start getting into.
It'll be endless.
So, I think that's kind of where it's going. I think the reason we have this hiatus is because we need to wait for the Fox deal to close. Because that's going to leave a bunch to be opened up to. But now...
Okay. So they're just waiting for this to close, and
I don't know for
tomorrow
sure.
They're going to start production on something, and they're going to have something before next year.
No idea.
That's what I'm going to cross my fingers
So,
for.
we've got that whole scene. They could go space, but they also really haven't delved into the mystic with Doctor Strange, which was that was actually my favorite Marvel movie, I think.
Oh, that was one of my favorite standalone origin stories.
Yes.
It's just a really good movie. You're right.
I would give that one a 4.5.
Benedict Cumberbatch is just great.
Absolutely talented actor.
Even when he's just a dragon, he's a great job.
Smaug.
I mean, they kind of did it a little bit in... I wonder if Endgame will get more into it.
I don't know if Endgame will, but Far From Home looked like it did. I don't know if you noticed, but Mysterio does this thing where he like turns his hand, and then the green symbol looks really eerily like something Doctor Strange would do. There's like sigils inside of it. It's crazy. Watch it again.
I mean, it's seen like it looks like Illuminati symbol.
Yeah, like he turns his hand, and then that giant green wheel pops up, and he's like blocking things and blasting things, and it looks like he's doing magic. But that might just be Mysterio. That might just be Mysterio playing into... But how would he know about all of that? Because Doctor Strange is a very quiet character. Like, people have not seen the magic done.
I know, and I find it very hard to believe that Mysterio would get his hands on...
Actual magic.
The actual time stone.
Well, I don't think he was doing time. I just think he was
that would
doing...
be, right? If it was green.
Well, because he does yellow stuff, too, but it might just be, like... Magic has no shapes, because, like, in
I think he's full of tricks.
Thor Ragnarok, he does the spin, and then it does the Celtic knot in the circle.
That's true.
And then it opens that portal.
Yeah. I just think Mysterio is going to be full of tricks.
I mean, he's a trickster.
Yeah. He's just a movie FX guy.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be that way in this origin story.
We'll see.
Somebody thought... I like my favorite... This isn't really what we're supposed to be geeking out about, but somebody said that it might be an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Who's an agent?
Mysterio.
He is? Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
It's an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
That was a fan theory that was thrown out, and I really liked that one. But that's just a theory.
Yeah, we really should do a whole episode just on future theories.
I would love that, but I do think... I think she's going... I think Carol Danvers will be the new face of Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, with how the movie did its bit towards the end, there's a very clear reference, I think, that...
Obviously, stick around for the post-credits. If you leave
before
those, then you have
somebody
never seen
logged
the Marvel
out
movie.
before the post-credits.
I don't
watching the movie did. It was like, amateurs!
I mean, but as soon as the movie gets released, you can just find it on YouTube anyway.
I guess. But
which is kind of sad. It's like, where's the experience?
That takes out the experience entirely. But I think I Danvers is
I think you're right.
The new face of Marvel.
Welcome to the Marvel Universe. Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers Marvel.
I saw this notebook today that said the future of space is now, and it's run by women, and it was like Princess Leia,
cool.
like buns.
Yeah.
But I was like, I didn't even think of this. The future of Marvel is now, and it's women. It's run by women. I mean, like, and that's awesome, because I don't think Black Widow's going anywhere. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she was in Black Panther, and I actually thought she was the best character.
His, like, little sister?
No, she was incredible too, though. But like his right hand woman.
Oh,
she was
Michonne.
She's absolutely insane. She was incredible as a character, and she's clearly going to come back. You have Wasp, which is huge. Like, there's a bunch of female characters really starting to come to the forefront, and I think that's not even going on to the space or the mystic. I think the future of Marvel is women.
Well, I mean, yeah, now is the time.
Now is the time.
But it's about
time. Today.
Well, if you haven't learned something about Captain Marvel or Captain Marvel today, then you know far more than we do. and you should be running this podcast.
Yeah, so call in. We're always accepting resumes. We need more content. You know, if you want to be
Totally.
part of the 4 Geeks by Geeks family, you can send in your videos.
Yeah. But once again, find us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. Give our page a like and follow. We are posting things all week long to just geek out with you, get you talking about fun things.
And we love response. Like, totally. We want you to be part of it. It's all about community here.
Yeah, we're all about geeking out no matter where you are in life, what you're into. It's just let your geek flag fly.
Yeah, so we want to hear you. And like I said, also go follow us on Twitch. That way you can keep up to date if you ever do anything. One of us might decide, hey, let's go stream. Might be on there. There's not going to be a real schedule to that.
It'll probably be him because you will never want to see me stream a video game.
You'll never really want to see me streaming a video game either. I'm not much better. But anyway,
okay.
Until next time, I'm PK.
And I'm Bozer. Keep geeking out.
Because, you know, I'm a superhero.